All right, and I think we are live. So hi, everybody. Welcome to the first reading of Zounds Online Productions. Thank you so much for jumping on in and following those links and going with us on this journey. Obviously, interesting things are happening in the world right now. And this was just kind of an idea to bring some amazing people together to reenact William Shakespeare's Star Wars by Ian Doescher. This is episode 4, Verily, A New Hope. I think some of you may have seen this one or heard about this one. It's a relatively indie film, so we're just going to kind of do our best to communicate the story to everybody. If you're interested, in the description, we have our list of credits, so that way you can see who everybody is, what everybody's real name is, and we're just going to jump in and have a lot of fun. So like I said, thank you once again for being here. This is a nonprofit, totally for entertainment purposes recording. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Prologue, Outer Space. Enter Chorus. Of civil war, the spaceships of the rebels, striking swift from base unseen, have gained a victory over the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space age past, whose powerful beings will later be unveiled and crush a planet. It is the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope will hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. Time so long ago begins our play in star-crossed galaxy, far, far away. Exit. Act 1, Scene 1. Aboard the rebel ship. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Now is the summer of our happiness, made winter by this sudden fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh, hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most surely be destroyed by this. I'll warrant madness lies herein. Doomed. The princess shall have no escape this time. I fear this battle doth portend the end of the rebellion. Oh, what misery!
Exeunt C-3PO and R2-D2. Now watch amaze, as swiftly through the door the army of the Empire flieth in, and as the troopers through the passage pour, they murder several dozen rebel men. Fighting begins. Enter rebels. Many die. Enter stormtroopers and Darth Vader. Exeunt. Enter R2-D2 with Princess Leia. C-3PO is across the stage.
Pray, R2-D2, where art thou?
Exit Princess Leia.
At last, where hast thou been? I fear they come in this direction. Pray, what shall we do? My circuitry o'erloads, my mind's o'erthrown, and fear hath put its grip into my wires. We shall be sent unto that place I dread, a castle spice mines whence no droid returns, and there be blasted into who knows what.
R2-D2 begins to exit.
Anon, R2, where dost thou go? Oh, prithee, patience, leave me not alone. Aye, even though I mock and injure thee, I'll surely die if e'er thou leavest me.
Exeunt droids. Scene 2, aboard the rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader carrying Rebel Leader 1 by the neck and stormtroopers.
The Death Star plans we could not find herein, nor are they on the main computer, Lord. In short, they are not here, and there's an end.
Thou speakest well, my stormtrooper, and yet not well upon my ear the message falls. I turn to thee, thou rebel. I lift thy head above my own. Thou canst now choose to keep thy secrets locked, safe in that head, and therefore lose the life thou holdest dear, or else to keep thy head and thus thy life. My patience runneth quickly out, but like the sands across the dunes of Tatooine. So tell me, thou diest quick, where shall we find transmissions thou didst intercept? What hast thou done, say, with those plans?
Darth Vader begins to choke Rebel Leader 1.
My lord, my head and life I value, certain 'tis, and yet to thee I must report, we have not intercepted one transmission. Ah! This is a consular ship and nothing more, on diplomatic mission. Ah!
Thou knave, with thy last breath hear thou this word. If this is the consular ship, then where is the ambassador?
Rebel Leader 1 dies.
Commander, prithee go. Rend thou this ship apart until the plans are found, and bring me any passengers. Upon thy life, I want them brought alive.
Exeunt stormtroopers.
And so, another dies by my own hand. This hand, which now encased in blackness is. Oh, that the fingers of this wretched hand had not the pain of suffering ever known. But now my path is joined unto the dark, and wicked men, whose hands or fingers move to crush their foes, are now my company. So shall my fingers ever undertake to do more evil, aye, and this, my hand, shall do the Emperor's bidding evermore. And thus we see how fingers presage death, and hands become the instruments of fate.
Exit Darth Vader. Enter stormtroopers, searching. Enter Princess Leia, holding a blaster.
Aye, there's one. My comrade set for stun.
Princess Leia shoots. Stormtrooper 1 dies. Stormtroopers stun Princess Leia.
She shall be well. Now go, inform the dread Lord Vader we have caught a prisoner. And may Mos Eisley drinks flow swift and free when Vader grants rewards for work well done.
Exeunt stormtroopers with Princess Leia. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2 as the latter enters escape pod.
Hold! Thou art not permitted to go in. Deactivated thou shalt surely be. Thou shalt not label me a mindless brute philosopher. Nay, nay, thou overladen glob of grease, thou imp, thou rubbish bucket fit for scrap, thou blue and silver pile of bantha dung. Now come, and get these hence away, lest someone sees. What? Secret mission? And what plans? What dost thou talk about? I'll surely not get in.
Sound of blast.
I warrant I'll regret this, so say I.
Exit C-3PO into escape pod.
This golden droid has been a friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to still his prattling tongue. An imp he calleth me. I'll be revenged, and merry pranks aplenty I shall play upon this pompous droid, C-3PO. Yet not in language shall my pranks be done. Around both humans and the droids I must be seen to make such errant beeps and squeaks that they shall think me simple, truly though. Although with sounds oblique I shall to them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by wit and wisdom of a simple droid.
Exit R2-D2 into escape pod. Now climb the metal pair into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like a laser blast, and to the planet's face, as straight as rod, the capsule takes the droids by power vast. Enter chief pilot and captain.
There strays another one.
Pray, hold thy fire. For certain there are no life forms aboard. And truly, what may be the chance that aught but life alone could fly within that pod? The rebels could not be so cunning bold to put the Death Star plans therein. If I were one to bet, I'd stake my life on it. All's well that endeth well, so say the wise, and so that pod shall live to land below.
Exit chief pilot and captain. Enter droids, aside in escape pod.
'Tis but a jest, aye, surely, we are mocked. For R2-D2 plainly canst thou see, the damage looks but minor from below. Can thou be sure this pod is safe? Oh.
Exit. Scene 3, aboard the rebel ship. Enter Darth Vader and stormtroopers with Princess Leia.
Darth Vader, only thou couldst be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel sacked. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this. For when they hear thou hast a ship on diplomatic mission,
Highness, peace! Be thou not so surprised, for well thou knowest a mercy mission this was not this time. Thine innocent appearance doth disguise a heart with revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions were there beamed unto the ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent, and prithee speak thou well, or speak thy last. For fairer necks than thine my hand hath crushed.
thine idle threat is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge that thou seekest. For 'tis certain I know nothing past to me, for I am a member of the great Imperial Senate, bound for Alderaan on mission diplomatic.
Nay, thou liest, for thou art with the rebel alliance vile, and worse, a traitor. Take this one away.
Exit stormtroopers with Princess Leia.
Blood and wires within me leap with fire, when all these traitorous words I must endure.
Enter Commander.
Lord, holding her is dangerous. If word of this is told, then sympathy may rise for the rebellion in the Senate's mind. So shall our power o'er all the universe be weakened by this wicked, cunning wretch. 'Tis like the tale my mother told me once, a bygone emperor whose reign was lost when putrid Ugnaughts rose against his throne. So hath my mother said, and I with her. A deathly blow oft comes from tiny fist, and greatest tree may fall by smallest axe.
Commander, peace, and trouble not thy mind with tales of old. The princess shall reveal her treachery when all's to do is done. The rebel spies are aptly traced to her, and now she is my only link to find the hidden rebel base.
I'll wager she will die ere she tells thee.
Leave that to me. Now go, be on thy way and take this task. Send thou a signal of distress, and then inform the Senate all aboard were killed. So shall our presence here be hid from sight, and thus our swift attack shall not be known.
Enter Captain.
Lord Vader, sorry I am to report there are no battle plans aboard this ship, and neither were transmissions made. There was but one escaped pod jettisoned amid the fighting, but no life forms were aboard. For certain 'twas a harmless accident.
With purpose rank must she have quickly hid the plans in the escape pod.
Woman vile! However could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans in the escape pod, oh, most rare.
Nay, cease thy speech, and mark ye what I say. Take thou a keen and swift detachment down, and bring me back the plans. Commander, go! See to the task thyself before the chime. There shall be none to stop our plans this time.
Exit. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine. And now, dear viewers, shall our play go to a planet stark and drear for our next scene. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy souls, we fly to Tatooine. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Forsooth, how did we get into this mess? I tell thee verily, I know not how. 1,000 Tanton bowels could not produce a greater desecration than this place. Alas, we too are made for suffering. I fear, R2, 'tis but our lot in life. More than 6 million forms of speech I know, yet not a one shall help me now. Now must I rest before I come apart. My joints are nearly frozen. Aye, I freeze, for 'tis as though the vicious cold of death hath sunken deep into my circuitry. Oh, what a desolate terrain this is!
R2-D2 begins to depart.
Where hast thou think thou goest?
Now I shall leave his company a while. Belike my absence shall alleviate his obstinate resolve and teach him thoughts of kindness, care, and good humility.
Well, I shall now go thither with thee. Droid, 'tis far too rocky. Canst thou not perceive? Nay, truly, for the sun upon thy surely warped. thine often prudent my far. Why dost thou think that settlements will be found yon? Be thou not technical with me, or else thine input valve may swift receive a hearty helping of my golden foot. What mission? What dost thou speak of? More of thee I shall not take, so go thou hence. Thou shalt malfunction ere the day is through, near-sighted pile of scrap. Now, and it jumped. Nope, lost my place. Now mayst thou travel hence upon thy way, and find thy mission in a surlock pit. Then shalt thou know for lo, these 1,000 years, the pain I suffer as thy counterpart. And be thou not behind me, errant knave. I mark me, follow not, nor seek thou help, for thou no satisfaction shalt receive. No more with thine adventures, I go not upon thy way.
R2-D2 exits.
Now functioning small fool, 'tis all his fault. He tricked me so that I should go this way, but he shall not fare well. O gods above, why have I once again been short with R2, sending him away? I trust he knoweth well I hold him dear, though in his presence oft my speech is cruel. 'Tis words that do betray my better self, when harshly thy express my droidly rage. And yet for protocol I'm made, and must with words fulfill my task. So then 'tis true, that words are both my ruin and my strength. And yet, although I find myself adrift and lost within a speechless sea of sand, this word is true if ever words have truth. Forever lost I'd be should I lose him. But wait, what's that? A transport! Saved I am! Hark, over here! Hey, nonny non! Please help!
A vessel vast comes forth across the sand and takes C-3PO within its hold. But what of R2-D2's mission grand? How doth the tale of this small droid unfold? Enter R2-D2 and Jawas hidden. Jawas stun R2-D2, who falls. Jawas carry R2-D2 into transport. Imagine now that on this stage you see full many droids and creatures quite bizarre, and yet amid this ghastly company, herein the two friends reunited are. Enter other droids and C-3PO.
Good R2, R2-D2, oh, 'tis thee!
Exit. Scene 5, the desert planet Tatooine. Enter stormtroopers 3 and 4.
There was someone
something
within this pod indeed. The tracks go off in this direction, see?
Behold, sir, either someone large hath dropped his ring, or else this fragile circle here doth mean we have found droids on Tatooine.
Exit stormtroopers. Enter Jawas with droids, including C-3PO and R2-D2.
At last this vehicle of death hath stopped. So greatly fear I what shall happen next, that I am shaken to my core within. They say that fear is better faced when two together stand. Thus swift shall I awake, my dear R2. Wake up! Wake up! We're doomed. Dost thou think they shall melt us down? Shoot not! Oh, shall this torment never end? First captured by these Jawas, small and vile, and now we face a fate that is unknown. Now seems the first fate better than the next. I rather would I bear the ill I have than fly to others that I know not of.
Enter Owen Lars and Luke Skywalker, with Baru Lars aside in Lars' homestead.
Anan, now let us go.
Oh, Luke, pray tell thine uncle if he should find a translator, be sure it Bachi speaks. 'Tis true, the last time Owen bought a droid, more dud than droid we purchased in the deal.
It seemeth we have little choice, dear aunt, and yet I shall remind him what thou sayest.
Exit Baru into Lars' homestead.
Again it falls to me, a simple man, to take a leading role in matters grave. For I must choose a droid today, 'tis true, but also must I teach this lad, this Luke, to learn and grow and to become a man. Although when I was young I had dreams of far-off stars and distant galaxies, I learned to work the land, to raise the crops. And thus shall I may trade, pass on to him. Adopted son of mine and strangely dear, I had not asked for fate to bring a son to me, for I had thought to have no heir. Yet do Baru and I feel for this child, a measure of affection and, as well, the burden of responsibility. What hast today? Nay, not that one. These Jawa offers first the lowliest, 'tis ever then their nature to deceive. Droid, I assume thou art programmed well for etiquette and protocol, 'tis true?
Aye, protocol my primary function 'tis. I am well versed in all the customs, sir.
No need I have of a droid with protocol.
Not in this habitat, thou speakest true. Hath ever sand a need of protocol? When did a stone or rock need etiquette? However, I am also made...
Peace. What I need's a droid who knows the binary tongue of moisture vaporators.
Oh, but sir, my first employment was in programming. A binary load of lifter, very like thy vaporators. Aye, in most respects. My service and my worth I'll prove to him, if I must speak 1,000 hours more. For certain I shall die ere I return, once more to be in rank captivity.
Well, speakest thou Bachi?
Truly, sir, 'tis like a second tongue unto my soul.
Pray, cease. So shall I have this one here.
Praise the day. Now if he chooses also my R2, aye, then shall I be pleased.
Luke, take thou these droids unto our vast garage. My wish is that they be cleaned, be ere well dine.
But on to Tashi Station would I go, and there obtain some power converters. Fie!
Thou canst go with thy friends another time, when all thy chores have been fulfilled. Go to.
Oh, how I shall be mocked and verily abused when my noble comrades hear that once again my uncle hath denied my fervent wish to be with them instead. 'Tis well. Come hither, thou too red. Go hence.
If I go not with him, my foolishness shall render no one service. Thus, I beep.
Pray, Uncle Owen, look! Behold! This R2 unit hath a foul and smoking motivator.
Vicious knave, say in what manner dost thou try upon our goodly wills to ply thy thievery? So shall I rip thy brown and ragged robes to shreds if thou set not this matter right. Now speak.
Your pardon, sir. The R2 unit which thou seest is in prime condition, aye, a bargain 'tis, and he shall serve thee well. Now if I can convince the human here to purchase R2 too, along with me, so shall I win the day, and ever shall yon R2-D2 dwell in peace with me. What shall he answer?
Uncle Owen, say, hast thou considered yonder blue droid there?
What of that blue one? That one shall be ours.
Oh, victory! Next I'll praise him for his choice. A noble choice thou makest, master, for thou surely shalt be pleased with this new droid. I can with confidence report to thee that he is in first-class condition, sir, for I have worked with him before. He comes.
Anon, away we go.
Exit Luke, Owen, Jawas, and droids.
Forget thou not this moment, faithless droid. Why, I should put my neck at risk for thee. I quite beyond my mind's capacity.
Exit. Scene 6. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
All praise be to the Maker, verily. This oily bath much healing shall provide. The glow of bright Coruscant doth not match. The vital warmth this soothing oil brings me. The case of dust contamination which befalls me mighty is, and renders me unable, I'll be sworn, to move at all.
I rue the day I came unto this place, this drab and barren rock called Tatooine. But wherefore have I reason to complain? Do sandstorms not invade both rich and poor? We are not promised equity in life. Both rich and poor alike pertain to me. For certain, though in toil I am most rich, by want of keen adventure am I poor. Thus I declare that whether rich or poor, the lot I have received from fates unfair. My comrade Biggs hath rightly guessed, I fear, that never shall I leave this stricken place.
Oh, exclamation tragic! Shall I speak? Is there, dear sir, aught I might do to help?
Nay, droid, unless thou canst alter time, or make the harvest come apace, or goodly friend, if thou canst somehow bear my body hence by magical conveyance yet unknown.
I think not, sir. For merely droid am I, and have not knowledge of such things as thou, not in this planet anyway. In troth, I do not know which planet this one be.
Well, if center bright the universe contains, then surely, droid, thou hast now found thyself as far from it as thou canst possibly be.
I see, sir.
Surely, thou mayst call me Luke.
I see, Sir Luke.
Jolly droid, just Luke. This droid I see is wont to prattle on. Belike his mouth is faster than his mind.
Luke begins to clean R2-D2.
C-3PO am I, an expert in the human-cyborg link, and he, my short blue counterpart, is R2-D2 called.
Good Eden. Thou hast much carbon here. It seems much of fortune thou hast known. Can it be that two such droids as you can know more of adventure than a man?
With all we have been through, amazed am I, we yet our good condition keep. What with rebellion and its hurly-burly ways?
Nay, can it be? The very thing of which I would know more, thou hast experienced. Pray, knowest thou if the rebellion gets the Empire, droid?
For certain, aye, 'tis how we came to be in thine employment. If thou comprehend my simple meaning, sir. Now is his visage turned all eagerness. Oh, never in this manner have I seen a man intoxicated with a dream.
And hast thou been in many battles? Speak! Whatever morsel thou mayst serve to me shall be a feast unto mine waiting ear. The smallest tale of battle lost or won shall feed my soul's ne'er-ending appetite.
Full many battles, aye, sir, but I fear I have but little food to fill thy heart. A banquet, sadly, I cannot prepare. 'Tis certain that of tales I am no chef, but rather I confess that not much more than an interpreter am I, and not much good at telling stories, verily. I've not the salt or spice to season them.
'Tis well, my droid. So shall my hunger wait to feast one day upon another's tale. My little bot, thou hast got something jammed herein. Hast thou been on a cruiser, or?
Enter Princess Leia in beam projected by R2-D2.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help. Thou art mine only hope.
Pray, what is this?
What is what? A question hath he asked. say, what is that?
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help. Thou art mine only hope. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help. Thou art mine only hope.
He says 'tis nothing, sir. A mere malfunction, bygone data 'tis. Please, pay no mind.
Who is she? For she is far more beautiful than all the stars.
I truly do not know, sir. I suspect she was a passenger on our last trip. A person of importance, I believe. First 'twas adventure, second 'tis this lass. 'Tis certain my new master hath a wealth of passion, ever eager to bestow.
Say, is there any more recording, droid?
Behave thyself, R2, for thou shalt get us both in trouble. Be content, and trust him true. He is our master now. He saith he doth belong to Obi-Wan Kenobi, resident of parts nearby, and 'tis a private message meant for him. For all my wit, I know not what he means, for our last master, Sir Antilles, was. Alas, with all we have endured, this dear small R2 unit quite eccentric is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I suspect old Ben Kenobi he doth mean, perhaps. First droids, then tales of battles fought in space, and now a damsel cries in beams of light. Did ever destiny come knocking thus?
I beg thy pardon, sir, but knowest thou aught of what he speaks?
Well, I know not any man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, yet old Ben resides beyond the Dune Sea, and there dwells much like a hermit, strange and lone.
Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help. Thou art mine only hope.
I wonder who she is. Whoever she may be, whatever is her cause, I shall unto her please respond. Not even were she my sister, could I know a duty of more weight than I feel now. It seemeth she some dreadful trouble hath. Mayhaps I should replay the message whole.
R2 doth say the bolt restraining, so saith he, that if thou wouldst with speed remove the bolt, he may the full recording then display. What purpose shall I serve unto this man? Am I to guide, encourage, counsel, what? Thus shall I play the wise interpreter, for truly 'tis the part I know the best.
What? Aye, yeah, thou seemst too small to run away if I should take this off. Good little droid, so cleverly thou bringest messages that thou hast won my trust. Now, thou art free.
Exit Princess Leia from beam.
But wait, where hath she gone? What villainy! How hast thou dampened that celestial light wherein she spoke of late? Now bring her back! Play message full, thou naughty droid!
What message, errant droid? The one thou hast been playing, which thou hold'st within thy rusty innards. Oh, alas, we shall deactivated be.
Oh, Luke? Pray, Luke?
I shall be there anon, good Emperor.
I'm sorry, sir, for it doth seem he hath acquired a minor flutter.
Thus she comes, and thus she goes. Yet ever on my sight her beautiful fine countenance shall shine. So here's my vow. I'll see her once again in beam or hope on hope with mine own eyes. For now, I must depart to dine. Pray see if thou canst remedy this R2 droid.
Exit Luke.
Reconsider thou, if thou shalt play the message back for him. Nay, I do not believe he liketh thee. Nay, thee I like not either.
Exit C3PO.
Now are all the pieces. Now are the pieces all arranged for me to make my daring move and fly this place. The fool who sets the game in motion shall appear unto C-3PO and Luke no more than if he were an errant knave. But hear the voice of R2-D2 all. My noble purpose I'll accomplish yet, to take to Obi-Wan the princess's news, to take my master Luke away from here, and, in the end, perhaps more vital still, to make connection twixt the two good men. A foolish thing this flight may seem to thee, and yet, more fine than foolish shall it be.
Exit. Scene 7. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter Owen Lars, Beru Lars, and Luke Skywalker, eating at a table.
And uncle, thou shouldst knowest my mind. Methinks the R2 unit we have bought belike may have been stolen.
Thievery hath e'er been part and parcel of the Jawa's trade, but in thine utterance I sense there's more. So say, young Luke, why thinkest thou thereon?
Oh, good uncle, well I know the Jawa's tricks, yet, as thou sayest, I mean something more. A stolen moment with those droids hath shown to me a reason they may stolen be. I did uncover a recording whilst I cleaned the R2 unit. He purports to be the property of someone known as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thus thought I that he may stolen be. As to the name, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, wondered I if mayhap he meant Ben. Canst that make sense?
Nay.
Yet I wonder if this Obi-Wan perchance may be some kin to yonder Ben.
Fie, that old man. Now haunt my home? That wizard is damn scurvy, man. Tomorrow shalt thou take the R2 droid to Anchorhead and have its memory erased, and so shall there an end to be to it. For it belongeth only now to us.
Yet what if this Obi-Wan appears and lays his claim under this R2 droid? And what's stolen may well be worth looking for.
The looking shall not happen, nor the find. For I believe the man doth not exist. Now shall I lie by and destroy the man, lest he be given a new life in Luke's young mind. The boy a keen imagination hath. This Obi-Wan hath not for ages walked within the universe. He is no more. 'Twas many moons ago the old man died. Aye, truly, he hath met his end about. The time so long ago when the wars were fought, the time when men did battle to the grave, the time before the Empire ruled supreme, the time wherein thy father died as well.
He knew my father?
Thou I tell of men, and wars and battles and brave, still all he hears is that word, father. Prithee, Luke, forget. Thy task is to operate the droids to work. Tomorrow in the morning shall they be upon the South Ridge laboring with those condensers.
I believe these droids shall serve us well. In truth, good uncle, now I must confess my mind is moved to think upon the pact twixt thee and I, that I shall stay here another season. Crops that grow in these harsh climes will surely grow sans me, and so, mine uncle, if these droids will satisfy, I wish my application to transmit under the Great Academy this year.
Nay, Luke, an uncle's heart is breaking. Canst thou mean the next semester hence, before the harvest time?
Yeah, just so. Quite plentiful are droids.
But harvest time I needest thou most. Wilt thou here in the desert yet desert? But 'tis only one more season. This year I shall make enough at the harvest time to hire more hands to help. Then canst thou go next year to the academy. To pilot is a trade noble, my boy, but family is nobler still. I prithee understand. I need thee, Luke.
'Tis one more year entire.
'Tis one more season.
Aye. So sits thou and my dear friends Biggs and Tank did leave. Now cracks a hopeful heart when by the land a man's ambitions firmly grounded are. So shall a bird ne'er learn to fly or soar when wings are clipped by crops and roots and soil?
Pray, whither fliest thou, Luke?
It seems, dear aunt, I go nowhere, nor flee, nor sail, nor fly. Instead, I must remain and clean these droids.
Oh, Owen, he cannot abide for aye with us. 'Tis true his friends are mostly gone. It hath great meaning for our well-loved Luke. This bird would surely fly.
So promise I that I shall set all these things aright, Peru. The bird shall fly indeed when the time is ripe, and when the nest hath no more need of him.
But Owen, he hath not a farmer's heart. This apple falls quite near his father's tree.
'Tis true. And this, my dear, is what I fear.
Exit Owen and Beru. Re-enter Luke, gazing into the setting of Tatooine's two suns.
I am fortune's fool. 'Tis true, 'tis true. And gazing now upon the double sun of my home Tatooine, I know full well that elsewhere lies my destiny, not here. Although my uncle's will is that I stay, my heart within me bursts to think on it, for out among the spheres I wish to roam. Adventure and rebellion stir my blood. Those oft-repeated words of my mate Biggs I do believe, that all the world's a star. Beyond that heavenly light I shall fly far.
Exit. Act 2, Scene 1. Inside the Lars homestead. Enter C-3PO.
Alas, my R2-D2, he hath flown, and all the while he beepeth on and on about his duty in rebellion's cause. Oh, with what strength shall I be punished when R2's treachery discovered is? So shall I hide myself behind this ship, in hopes I'll not be found by Master Luke.
C-3PO hides. Enter Luke Skywalker.
3PO, I say, what dost thou there? What game playest thou, O jolly droid?
C-3PO emerges.
I prithee, sir, be thou not cross with me. 'Twas through no fault of mine, in truth I swear. Pray let me not deactivated be. I asked him, and urged him not to go. With sighs and words aplenty plied I him. With many earnest pleadings made my cause. And yet he was to me as one made deaf. His mental ears as 'twere did seem to plug, as though no word of mine could penetrate and break upon his sense of hearing. Oh, I fear a cursed malfunction doth befall my dear and treasured R2 unit.
Nay.
Aye, verily, his mission is supreme, so saith he. He will not hindered be, nor from his wayward stubborn purpose veer.
Now with these words, young Luke doth quickly run beyond the shuttered doors with failing hope, and stepping out beneath the setting sun, he scans the vast horizon with his scope.
Sir, ever hath that R2 unit been a problem that hath vexed me through and through? Astromech droids have ever puzzled me. Their minds have tempers mighty to behold, though all contained in frames of modest size.
How have I been so easily tricked? This R2 hath performed his greatest feat, to vanish, scope to wheels into the air. Oh, blast it, I and Phi and Ficos too.
Now he is angered. Peace, my master, peace. Good sir, forgive my impudence, but may we yet this e'en go out a-searching?
Nay, 'tis far too dangerous. The night is dark, but darker are the dreaded sand people, and darkest most of all their thievery. And thus as the darkness waits for light to dawn, so must we wait for morning to arrive.
O Luke, come hither. Swiftly come ye in. The time hath come to darken down the power.
Anon, good uncle. Thy good word I'll heed. I shall taste the whips and scorns of my dear uncle's anger. So shall that small droid, though yet far gone, wreak havoc on my soul.
Aye, sir, 'tis true. Although the droid is skilled at laboring in service, most doth he excel at wearying the hearts of men.
Luke and C-3PO withdraw for the night, and so a restless night doth pass within, while Luke doth ponder future punishment and longs for his lost droid's search to begin. C-3PO doth fear his banishment. At early morn, with eager wills they rise, a shared endeavor binding them anew. The fast land speeder o'er the desert flies. They go to find the errant droid R2. Luke and C-3PO enter, flying in land speeder.
Good friend, take heed. The scanner doth report a droid ahead. Pray swiftly take us hence, belike our R2-D2 there awaits. Perhaps I'll yet escape my uncle's wrath.
While droid and man go racing across the sand, the Tusken Raiders watch the two pass by. Their banthas mounting, gaffy sticks at hand, they heave unto the air their warring cry. Enter R2-D2. Luke and C-3PO dismount to speak to R2-D2.
Pray, whither goest thou, thou naughty droid?
Nay, Master Luke is now thy rightful owner. Learn obedience. Aye, learn thou loyalty. Pray, learn respect. And learn thou not to speak of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Speak not to me of mission, droid. All warned happy thou shalt be if our new master doth not let thee know the blaster's deadly touch today.
Pray, patience, dear C-3PO, 'tis well. Let us hence. What can the matter be? What does he say?
He doth report that creatures hither come, approaching stealthily from the southeast.
Sand people. Hither come and let us see. Unbidden doth adventure come, yet here I stand, prepared to rise and welcome fate. The twisting strand she threads we must betrail, for 'tis the wire that leadeth us through life. Fate's hand hath placed me here on Tatooine, and now she beckons me onward to the abyss. Now o'er adventure's great abyss I perch, above all time, above the universe, above the rim of chance and destiny, and sister fate doth dare me to look in, and there I find my happiness. I peer therein, embrace my fate and blink. Come, life, for I am ready now to live. Oh, I spy two banthas, yet no sand people. Wait. One doth appear unto me now.
With sudden viciousness, the Tuskens come. They knock young Luke and cause the droid to fall. They seek to take a harshly pillaged sum, till frightened by a false crate dragon call. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, who has made a crate dragon call to frighten off the Tusken Raiders.
Now enter I, the scene of this boy's life. This boy whom I have watched for many years, hath grown into the man before me now. My hope I now entrust to him alone, that he might be our sure deliverance, and yet this situation warrants care. I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet his questions as a trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide, for certain 'tis it gives me great delight to see him now, his face, his golden hair. So long have I watched o'er him from afar, so many hours and days of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning I shall find my end. This business shall reveal my final stage, yet in my closing scenes perhaps I'll write a worthy ending to my mortal days. 'Tis possible that in this gentle one the dream I've long awaited shall come true. So I'll compose a final act that shall accomplish two most worthy ends, to set the world aright and save this old man's soul. Well met, my little one.
Almost I could my metal tongue release and speak to him. This man doth show sure signs of wisdom and experience.
Come hither, tiny friend, be not afraid. Nay, prithee fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery.
Luke wakes.
Rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventure hast thou seen today than many in a lifetime do. I say, thou catchest fortune's favor to survive a cruel attack from sand people most vile.
This light has been Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well. But let's go hence. The Jutland Waste no place for travelers is. Now prithee, good young Luke, say, wherefore art thou here? And what strange errand bringeth thee herein where I am wont to dwell?
This droid. Aye, truly, he hath brought me here. It seemeth unto me that he doth search to find his former master. Yet in all my days I never seen such devotion as this one showeth from a droid. Yet he claims that he belongeth to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought perchance the man some relative of yours may be. Dost thou know any by such name?
Oh, how the heart inside me breaks to hear that name I once was called so long ago. But happy fate that 'tis Luke's voice that calls. I, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, the name that is like a song, yet with a glorious song of joy, or else some dirge of bitter pain, I'm yet unsure. Is a name I have not heard for lo these many, many years. A long, long time.
My uncle knoweth Obi-Wan, I ken. He doth report to me the man is dead.
Oh, Owen, wretched knave, such base deceit, and yet I know full well why thou so spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place? But nay, that man takes not his final sleep, least until this moment now, not yet.
Then thou knowest him?
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself, for truly he is this Obi-Wan, dear Luke, 'tis I.
By heaven's light.
I've not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since ere thou thyself wert born.
Aye, then I see this little droid is bound to thee.
No memory of owning such a droid as this? 'Tis curious indeed.
Sound of Tusken Raiders aside.
Now mark these my words. We must repair indoors to escape a second cudgeling here. The Sand People do easily take flight, but soon they shall return with many more.
C-3PO.
The 3PO wakes, broken in pieces.
Where am I? Have I taken an ill-timed step? In dreams have I seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I alone to face the murderous mass could only weep at my untimely end.
Peace, peace, good droid, thou art alive, fear not. Canst thou now stand? We quickly must depart before the Sand People attack us here, and strive to make thy dream reality.
Oh, whether dream or waking, I know not, but go thee hence, and save, I pray. See through by nightmare hath been seen.
This droid shall quickly stretch his welcome fin.
I shall not leave thee, droid. Thou speakst sense. Come, I'll bear thee up, so argue not.
What noble care he takes to soothe this droid. We must make haste, or face them yet again. So hence let us away unto my den.
Exit. Scene 2. Inside the Kenobi homestead. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales I heard of him I never knew. A navigator on a freighter ship which carried fragrant spices hence to yon my father was. He kneweth not of wars.
So hath thy uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thy uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars and empires, nay. What shall I of the father tell the child? If gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason for my words. And yet, what is't to lie? To tell the truth, all else be damned. Or else to tell perhaps a greater truth. It is the truth to tell a boy each fact and thus deface his father's memory? Or have I spoken better truth to Luke, when I about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
How tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man whom never I did know, nor do, nor will.
I tell thee truly, amongst the pilots he was the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last was he a dear, dear friend. And now to play upon his nature I sense of self-importance, so to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself. I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldest have this weapon when thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it, so feared he thought that thou mightest join with Obi-Wan on a fool's crusade or devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Why speaketh he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are e'er uncouth, of etiquette they know but little truth.
Pray tell, what is it?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is a weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a sun, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew.
Now doth the Force begin to work in him. For generations, Jedi were the guaranteers of justice, peace, and good within the Old Republic, ere the dark times came, and ere the Empire began to reign.
How hath my father died?
Oh, question apt. The story whole I'll not reveal to him. Yet may he one day understand my drift, that from a certain point of view, it may be said, my answer is the honest truth. A Jedi named Darth Vader, I, a lad whom I taught until he evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi. Now the hardest words of all I'll utter here unto the innocent, with hope that one day he shall comprehend. He hath thy father murdered and betrayed. And now our Jedi nearly all extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power. And 'tis a energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
In hearing this wise man, I have most my errand quite forgot. Now, to my work.
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home, for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message played.
Thus have I found it.
Enter Princess Leia in beam projected by R2-D2.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in this struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I, deep within the memory bank, brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for the rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Exit Princess Leia from beam. Message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
Boy doth hear and hath the taste of fire, new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the part of fuel and gently stoke that fire. Thou must be taught the Force if thou wouldest come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan? This man hath many charms, and now it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he hath cast. Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him ere long.
And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost. I need all thy good help, Luke. So doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old.
Nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be completed yet. And as the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire, aye, yet nothing against it have I the power to do at present. Fie! This is all so far, far distant from this place.
Thus speaks thy uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle, oh, mine uncle. How shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me how.
Come now with me and learn the Force, dear Luke.
Now am I split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths. One leads towards adventure. The other taketh me back to mine home. I have for all my life longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath reason given why I should leave my Tatooine and fly unto the stars. Aye, he hath told me of the powerful force, and yet another force doth pull me home. The force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would fly today, and ne'er look back again, except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I'll stay on Tatooine until the time when I may leave with clear, unfettered soul. I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayst thou find transport to wherever thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, this is true. Whatever thou thinkest right, thus thou shouldest do.
Exit. Scene 3. Inside the Death Star. Enter Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Mahdi and Commander Teg.
Sore throat. Until this battle station utterly prepared and operational shall be, 'tis plainly vulnerable to an attack. The rebels have more resources and are more dangerous than thou wilt deign to see.
Perhaps of danger to thy Starfleet eye, but not unto this battle station strong.
Rebellion shall gain more support within the Imperial Senate.
Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader.
Oh, these men do talk and quibble like a brooding clucking hens. The Imperial Senate, which thou speakest of here, no longer any threat doth hold. For truly I have received word that our great Emperor himself dissolved the council. Now the final remnants of the old Republic fade away like dew.
But Mary, 'tis impossible. How shall the Emperor maintain control without the Crimson Court of vast bureaucracy?
Oh, how these politicians irk me so. Of governors and territories care I not, but I retain their company for mine own purposes. And though their talk doth tire my mind, I do confess that naught I've found hath on their counsel yet improved. For every human bond is meaningless. All family doth leave, and friends betray, and lovers fail, and teachers turn, and thus among the politicians shall I dwell. Where lies deceit and garrulous talk do make the universe go round. But yet I vow, I'll not be governed by the governors, no policy of politicians heed. Instead, myself and my dear emperor together shall pursue our destiny.
The governors of all the regions now hath sole control of their special lands, and fear shall keep the people all in line, fear of this very battle station, aye.
But what, pray tell, of the rebellion vile? For if the rebels have the plans of this good station stolen, possible it is that they may have found the weakness, which in haste they shall exploit. Pray, Tarkin, mark my words.
Those plans shall soon recovered be, fear not.
Attack upon this station pointless is, regardless of the data they have found. I speak not rashly when herever this station now hath power ultimate, or all else in the vast wide universe, and now I prithee, let us see it used.
Nay, peace! I warn thee, man, be not too proud of thy great terror technological. A weapon for the mass destruction of a planet, even to destroy it whole, is no match for the power of the Force.
Thou shalt not tempt to frighten us with words, so like a man of magic, Vader. Nay, the sorcerer act as tired and overdone. The sad religion thou dost cling to hath no power to conjure up the stolen plans, nor dost thou have a third eye's sight to make...
Vader begins to choke Mati using the Force. The power of the Force is now unveiled as Vader holds the Admiral in check. The Force that Mati with his words impaled now hath a wampa's hold about his neck.
I find thy lack of faith disturbing.
Cease! No more of this. Good Vader, let him be.
As is thy will. My point hath been well made upon his prideful, unbelieving throat.
Enough.
Vader releases Mati.
Enough. This endless bickering shall end. Lord Vader shall provide the setting of the errant rebel base before the time of this battle station shall be operational. And then, my friends, the Empire shall rejoice. Rebellion shall be crushed in one swift stroke. Now get thee gone, fulfill thy purpose grand.
Exit Imperial generals and senators, including Admiral Mati and Commander Tag.
My troopers on the planet Tatooine have traced the creatures who have found the droids. We shall retrieve those plans.
'Tis well, 'tis well. Thou ever wert a faithful servant to the Emperor, Lord Vader. Prithee go, and take with thee a governor's gratitude.
Exit Darth Vader.
There goes a man who hath a mind to serve. The Emperor doth hold him in his grasp, and lay a claim upon his heart and soul. Well, I recall when, as a younger man, the Emperor and Vader with me stood and contemplated our shared destiny. Now Vader, split twixt manhood and machine, fulfills a vital place within my plans. I, though I fear the Force, he knows his place. He knoweth me, and I stand side by side, together wrapped in power's warm embrace. Our Emperor to serve until, at last, the final curtain of life's play is dropped. As history hath made this Tarkin great, this battle station now shall make me feared. I am a constant as the Endor moon, and shall rebellion crush, and do it soon.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2, surrounded by Jawa corpses.
It seemeth that the Sand People have done this wretched deed. Yon gaffy sticks and tracks of Bantha, aye. But ne'er in all my years have Tuscans gone awry so far as this.
And they have not, though they who this vile deed have done would make us think Sand People did. But hark! Take note and look ye thereupon, yon tracks are side by side, yet Sand People, 'tis known, ere one behind thee ride. So, better may they hide their large numbers.
These Jawas are the very same who sold C-3PO and R2-D2 too unto mine uncle not 2 days ago.
And these marks here, these blast points, are too fine and accurate for Sand People, 'tis true. For only stormtroopers by Empire trained are so precise and cunning in their work. Surveying this scene, I fear what cometh next, for certain have the troops more evil done. Good Owen and Beru no doubt are slain, and though it breaks my heart to think on it, it may be that their deaths will spark Luke's soul, and lead him unto a good rebellion's cause, so by their death may others yet find life.
Why would these Imperial troops have aught to do with Jawas? Wait, I see. The droids. If they have traced them here, they may have soon discovered whom they sold them to, which, oh, my soul, would lead them to my home.
Pray, patience, Luke. 'Tis far too dangerous.
Luke runs to his land speeder. Now flies Luke off in his land speeder quick, and finds his home engulfed in flames of red, then spies amid the smoke so black and thick the bodies of his aunt and uncle dead. A sadder, wiser man he cometh back, with noble purpose now his life's imbued, by wrongful, vicious, cowardly attack. The Empire hath Luke's passion quite renewed.
'Twas nothing thou, Luke, could have done, had thou been there. Thou murdered would have been as well. Aye, would the droids now be captured, and would be in the Empire's evil hands.
Thou knowest, friend, what I have seen today. No sorrow like to this have I e'er known. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan, for nothing have I here on Tatooine. Then shall I learn the Force and shall become a Jedi like my father. Thus I vow. So let's prepare and go upon our way. With haste may we escape the troopers vile.
Exit Obi-Wan, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Adventure have I asked for in this life, and now have I too much of my desire. My soul within me weeps, my mind it runs unto 1,000 varied paths. My Uncle Owen and my Aunt Beru, have they been cruelly killed for what I want? So shall I never want again, if in the wanting all I love shall be destroyed. Oh, fie, thou knave adventure! Evil trick of boyhood's mind, that ever should one seek to have adventure when one hath a home, a family so kind and full of love, good steady work, and vast abundant crops? Why would one give up all this gentle life for that one beastly word adventure? Fie! Soft, my soul, be patient and be wise. The sands of time ne'er turned backwards, and forward marches fate, not the reverse. So while I cannot wish for them to live, I can my life commit unto their peace. Thus shall I undertake to do them proud, and take whate'er adventure comes my way. 'Tis now my burden, so I'll wear it well, and to the great rebellion give my life. A Jedi shall I be, in all things brave, and thus shall they be honored in their grave.
Exit Luke. Act 3. Scene 1. Mos Eisley on the desert planet Tatooine. Now, in her cell, the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times, she faces torture, horrid pain. With these tools, Vader seeks the rebel base. While Leia in her captive state is kept, young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town, they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them, sans delay. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2, riding in land speeder.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. Never shalt thou find a high more rank and wretched, aye, and filled with villainy. So must cautious be.
Enter stormtroopers.
I prithee, speak. How long hast thou these droids?
'Tis 3 or mayhap 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, shouldst thou wish.
Now is the Force to noble purpose used, not as the Sith, employing it to smite, hath through the dark side rank the Force abused. Good Obi-Wan shall use the Force for right.
Pray, show me now thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, we do not need to see his papers.
True it is that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
Aye, these are not the droids for which we search.
And now the lad may go his merry way.
Go, lad, I prithee, go thy merry way.
Now get thee hence.
Now get thee hence, go hence.
Exit stormtroopers. Enter Jawas as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2 dismount land speeder.
Oh, how those Jawas vex me.
Get thee gone.
Exit Jawas.
Now, by my troth, I cannot comprehend how we those threatening stormtroopers did escape. Verily, I thought our end was nigh.
The Force hath mighty power o'er the weak and simple-minded of this universe.
Dost thou believe we shall therein, in yon dank place, discover any pilot who hath means to transport us to Alderaan?
A goodly crew of freighter pilots here may oft be found, but prithee, take good care. This small cantina hath an ill repute.
I find myself prepared for everything.
The youth hath vigor, hopefully judgment, too.
They enter the cantina with many beings and an innkeeper. Now mark thee well, good viewers, what you see. Such varied characters are on display, for never hath there been such company as in Mos Eisley gathers day by day. The creatures gather round the central bar, while hammerheads and horned monsters talk. A band composed of aliens bizarre. This is the great cantina. Thou mayest gawk.
A word. Herein, We shall not serve their kind, thy droids. They must depart beyond the walls.
Good friends, pray wait beside the speeder now, for we desire no conflict here today.
I do with all my heart agree, dear sir.
Exit droids. Enter Chewbacca, speaking with Obi-Wan, and two beings speaking to Luke.
I say, he liketh thy look.
Forgive me, sir. Nor do I like his face, yet do I groan?
I do not like thy look indeed, young lad. I bite my thumb at thee. Proceed with care, for we are two men wanted by the law. I have earned a penalty of death in many systems, and would gladly earn it here as well if thou provoke me not.
I wouldn't mayhap be fearful of this man, hath he even shoulder height on me attained. Tot careful shall I be.
Thou shalt be dead.
Obi-Wan approaches.
Pray, peace, this little lad's not worth thy time. Now come, let us be friends, my goodly sir. Then we shall to thy health and welfare drink.
Being 2 strikes Luke. Obi-Wan brandishes his lightsaber, injuring Being 2 and severing Being 1's arm. Exit Beings 1 and 2.
I have no wish or purpose here to fight, yet these drunkards left me little choice. But there is yet a lesson to be learned. This Obi-Wan, though old, hath still the gift. Chewbacca here doth serve as a first mate upon a ship that we may our purpose meet.
Enter Han Solo, who joins Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, and Luke at a table.
Han Solo at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. My first mate Chewie telleth me ye seek safe passage to the system Alderaan.
Aye, true, if 'tis a vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou sayest. Hast thou not heard of the Millennium Falcon, sir?
Now he shall boast, but if his ship we'd have, some boasting will endure. Nay, should I have?
But 'tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. Imperial starships have I slyly scaped. And nothing more of that. And neither do I speak about bulk cruisers small, but vast Corellian ships. Yet nothing more, no more. I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say, the ship shall fill thy needs, as she's the fastest air, but nothing more.
Nothing more. I wish he'd hold his peace. This man, it seems, doth love his ship far more than e'er I saw a man his woman love.
Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
Oh, 'tis what, a touch of local trouble here?
Nay, let us simply say it thus. We would imperial entanglements avoid.
Aye, there's the rub. So shalt thou further pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fie, we could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
A goodly jest. For who should pilot such a ship? Shouldst thou?
Now, thou knave, I could indeed. A pilot skilled am I in my own right. Now, should we stay and be more abused by this man's words?
2,000 can we render to thee now, and 15 more deliver, when we come with safety unto Alderaan's bright port.
Say, 17. Congratulations, men. Thou hast a ship secured, and will depart whene'er thou art prepared. Thou shalt find me at docking harbor number 94.
Aye, 94.
It seemeth that thou may already have provoked some interest.
Exit Obi-Wan and Luke as stormtroopers pass by.
17. So must they desperate be. This truly may my swift deliverance prove. Go thou unto the ship and be prepared.
Chewbacca exits.
In times now past have I poor judgments made, and now these errors plague my very soul. For freedom I was made, for taking wing, yet as a marked man I cannot fly. For bound by debts, by duty, and by fear, I live my life along the razor's edge. One part of me that hunts for better life, and one part hunted for the life I've led. My own existence is a paradox. A smuggler with a lover's kindly heart, a gambler with a noble spirit brave. I would be better than it seems I am if ever I transcend the man I was. Perhaps this new employment shall reveal the way I shall make straight my crooked path. Thus heal my past and write a future new.
Enter Greedo, stopping Han Solo as the latter begins to exit. Nakuna chutu Solo?
Yes, indeed. Good Greedo, I have planned to make my way unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain, I have obtained his money.
Zung Pichle, Namala Trampi Chuk Makachisa, Na Jabba Winin Gospa Mirishan, Tuching Iwanya Yoska, Nocheski no Kuchusko.
'Tis true, yet this time is the money truly mine.
Keli Chaya Chuka Intin Kunkus.
The bounty hunter doth my patience try. Nay, I have not money with me now. Tell Jabba.
Ichiwiti, Algaru Puye Unya Arugago Shuka Shunu Puaipi.
But even I from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe that ere I had the choice?
Draw job, Napakni Amnya Apna.
Nay, not that. The day when Jabba taketh my dear ship shall be the day you find me a grave man.
Ne uchle numa, chipiska nufa na gringo kanko a nacho scania.
Aye. True, I'll warrant thou hast wished this day.
They shoot. Greedo dies.
Pray, goodly sir, forgive me for the mess. And whether I shot first, I'll ne'er confess.
Exit. Scene 2. Inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Commander Tag.
The princess hath shown great resistance to the mind probe. 'Twere as if she knew the Force and hath a Jedi's blood to overcome the piercing of her mind by a machine. Belike it shall some length of time yet be until we can extract the thoughts therein.
And enter Admiral Mati.
The final tests are now complete at last, and thus my news. The Death Star stands prepared. Aye, fully operational it is. So, Governor, what course shall we now set?
Perhaps the stubbornness princess shall respond to an alternative persuasiveness.
Prithee, Tarkin, say, what dost thou mean?
Pray patience, Darth. Thou shalt my meaning learn. Now time it is the power of this Death Star shall shown to all shall be. Now, Admiral, go forth and set thy course for Alderaan.
I understand thee, and with pride I obey.
Exit Grand Moff Tarkin, Commander Tag, and Admiral Mati.
The death of innocence doth bring me joy, because the dark side is my chosen path. The senseless end of others pains me not, for I have played the part of Judge Severe and then have been the executioner. Why would I care for those on Alderaan when I have murdered innocents as they? 'Tis my dark calling which I do embrace. To Alderaan we fly on course direct, and to this feast of death I'll not object.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 3. Mos Eisley on the desert planet Tatooine. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
I prithee, lockest thou the door anon?
They hide behind the door. Enter stormtroopers.
This door is locked, and as my father oft hath said, a locked door no mischief makes. So sure am I that thus behind this door cannot be found the droids for which we search. And thus may we move on with conscience clear.
Exit stormtroopers. C-3PO and R2-D2 emerge.
I'll tell thee true, I would have Master Luke prefer to go now than now remain with thee. I do not know what trouble here may be, yet certain am I thou deservest the blame.
I'll warrant thou shalt have thy recompense.
Hold thou thy cursing and most cursed tongue.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Thou must sell thy speeder.
That matters not, for ne'er shall I return to this place.
Young Luke doth with a buyer swiftly meet, and in a trice a hasty deal is wrought. A speeder sold along a dusty street, but with the sale new chance for hope is bought.
A paltry sum, in truth. Aye, ever since the XP-38 hath been released, this model hath but little value. Fie.
Fear not, it shall suffice. 'Twill serve our need.
All stand aside. Now, while young Luke and Obi-Wan prepare, their deeds are watched by eyes as yet unseen. With black beak menacing, he spies the pair. Then comes another fiend with portly mien. Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca and Jabba the Hutt with henchmen.
I was muted, ha 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 ha. Ba solo, hai la panoia solo.
Now, Mary, 'tis an unexpected scene. I hear thou, Jabba, slimy and rotund. I have awaited long thy coming here.
Uno watuipi, ho 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 ho.
Nay, thou didst not think that I should run, didst thou?
Na han mabuki, keli sila kuka, wanta damulira, mawanki chisa crispo Greedo.
Next time thou dost wish to counsel hold with me, pray come thyself, send not thy churlish dismal dreaming knaves.
Han, makechise, pasatane ono kalki malia, eungi di imperiolo tisa, tuas pastiquano, yanida puno.
Nay, see here, as I have said before, how verily 'tis though I just have said thus, even I from time to time have boarded been. Dost thou believe that ere I have the choice? Aye, true, it sometimes seemeth I repeat myself. Now have I, though, at simple charter found, and soon as it is done, thy payment shall be done as well, belike with interest. I need but time, and I shall do it, sir.
Nahan mabuki, borgonyana koda ita, si faluto 20 iabana.
Nay, say thou not so much. 15% I'll warrant shall be well.
Si faluto itin, iabamaduki masa, ithwang cheko panagin, namito bangdunko. Lochoda.
Oh, Jabba, thou wert e'er a kindly soul.
Bosca.
Exit Jabba and henchmen.
Now, if yon ship is truly fast, as quick as this Han Solo boasted so, we shall do well.
What folly-fallen ship is this? What rough-hewn wayward scud is here?
0.5 past light speed shall she make, my lad. Now truly earneth she low mark for looks, but still a finer spirit hath no ship. Full many small improvements have I made to render her even faster than before. Now, merry gentlemen, if thou agree, we shall be off, and speedily from here. And if thy mount insulteth it again, I promise, boy, thy face shall meet my hand.
Chewbacca, Obi-Wan, Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2 board ship. But ere the ship departs the sandy dock, the stormtroopers appear with massive threat. Informed by the beaked spies' treacherous talk, they come upon the ship with weapons set. Enter stormtroopers.
Hey, stop yon ship! Aye, blast them to the stars!
Chewbacca, breathe thy hands, now let us go!
Oh, traveling in space, it works me woe!
Exit. Scene 4, space, aboard the Millennium Falcon. Mos Eisley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come into view apace. As Han's Millennium Falcon flies far fast, the action of our play moves back to space. Enter Chewbacca and Han Solo in ship.
Now are we followed hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great import must be, for they by the Empire hotly are pursued. Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense and angle the deflector shield whilst I make plain the calculations for light speed.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Now vigilance, my Wookiee, quickly come 2 further ships to our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou not outrun them both? For thou didst boast of this strange vessel's speed.
Again he prattles on about the ship. Oh, would that I had left him on the ground. Pray mark thy words, lad, else thou surely wilt become like refuse to a star destroyer, and float away to vanish midst the stars. A warrant we shall soon in safety fly, once we the jump to hyperspace can make. And what is more, my skill doth all exceed at making keen maneuvers. All my life have I escaped one scrape and yet one more. Well, I remember when, as but a boy, I chased a nerf whilst on a speeder bike. Through rocky field and harsh terrain we went. Within, around, and backward was our game. I caught the nerf that splendid day, but it seems I have been dodging ever since.
How long now ere thou canst achieve light speed?
A few more moments shall it take whilst this computer doth its navigation work.
Art thou mad? For certain they approach. I've not made this journey just to die. This man shall surely be the end of me.
The travel unto hyperspace is not the same as thine adjusting of the crops upon thy land of infinite dry sand. Sans calculations quite exact, we would belike run through a belt of asteroids, or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such our fate become, thy trip would end before it had begun.
Oh, what now? What light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
It marks the loss of yon deflector shield. I bid thee peace. Now sit and thou take heed, for all's prepared to jump unto light speed.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand. Then suddenly the ship is bathed in light. With roar of engine, noise profound and grand, the great Millennium Falcon takes her flight. Exit. Scene 5. Inside the Death Star. Enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Admiral Mahdi.
Now we are come to the system Alderaan.
Enter Princess Leia, bound with guards and Darth Vader.
Ah, Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now it seems plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog unto the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I marked deep within my senses, Smellian, when I came unto this station.
Ever wert thou charming, Leia, even to the last. Thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was, I verily how I did sigh and weep, to give the order to destroy thy life.
Surprised am I thou had the courage so to take responsibility for such as this, and to thy cowardly, small self.
She groweth even bolder, which doth but increase my appetite to hear her scream. My princess, ere thou executed art, I would thou join me in a moment full of pomp and circumstance. For at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of this great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
Oh, but how wrong thou art. The more that thou dost exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast this battle station shall to them display. And to the point, thou hast determined what the primary demonstration of its force shall be, which planet shall oblivion face. Now shall I drive the nail unto its home, and watch with joy as she with grief is torn. Since thou hast so refused to grant to us the hidden location of the rebel base, I shall unleash this station's power upon thy own home planet, even Alderaan.
Nay, do not so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou shalt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well, or else thy precious Alderaan goes to it. I tire asking o'er and o'er, so thus I promise this shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
On Dantooine. They may be found on planet Dantooine.
Thou seest, Vader, how a cat may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayst continue with thy weapons test, and surely mayst thou fire when all's prepared.
What madness here!
Thou far too trusting art, the tiny Dantooine is too remote to show this station's power, but pray, fear not, we shall in time thy rebel friends pursue.
To do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. With mighty flash, the beam bursts bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered before their eyes.
When Alderaan hath blossomed bright, then sang we songs of Nani. But now her day is turned to night. Sing hey and lack a day. My friend and I stood by the river, then sang we songs of Nani. But I could not her soul deliver. Sing hey and lack a day. My planet hath the bluest shore, and sang we songs of Nani. That noble land is now no more. Sing hey and lack a day.
Excellent. Scene 6. Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. The instant Alderaan is smashed to bits, Luke tries his lightsaber, a keen trainee. The droids and Wookiee play a game of wits, but Obi-Wan doth sense catastrophe.
Now breaks my heart as through the force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Good sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, a great disturbance in the force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouths cried out in fear at once, and then were gone, all hushed and quiet silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred. But thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence.
Enter Han Solo.
Thou mayest all thy troubles now forget. The imperial knaves have been outrun at last. Well, here's a solemn gathering indeed, quite lacking in the proper gratitude. Nay, nay, speak thou not thy thanks too heartily, else shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. But here's the point, we shall at Alderaan arrive ere long.
R2-D2 makes a move against Chewbacca in the game they play.
Pray, R2, caution show. A fair move hath he made, thou furry lump. No use in there in screaming o'er the loss. However, did I join this company, a Wookiee and his smuggler captain, oh!
Be thou wise, droid, mark well what thou dost. As it is said, black holes are worth thy fear, but fear thou more of Wookiee's deadly wrath.
But sir, no proverb warns the galaxy of how a droid may hotly angered be.
Aye, marry, 'tis because no droid hath there torn out of joint another being's arms upon a lesser insult even than this. But Wookiee's golden droid are not so tame.
Thy meaning, sir, doth prick my circuit board. 'Tis best to play the fool and not the sage. To say it brief, pray let the Wookiee win.
Brute with the fool I play with thee indeed, yet I perceive thou and thy friend have heart.
Luke continues to practice with his lightsaber against the remote.
Remember, Luke, the force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
Doth the force control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so. But also shall the force obey thine every command, young Luke.
This force, by troth, I'll never comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey? 'Tis within and yet it is beyond. 'Tis both inside and yet outside oneself. What paradox, what fickle-natured power. Aye, frailty, thy name, belike, is force. Alack, the small remote hath struck again.
Thy errant systems of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes and meditations o'er the air, thy superstitions, e'en thy precious force cannot compare to my religion true. A trusty blaster ever by my side, with thus I say my prayers and guard my soul.
Devoted follower must thou be with such a speech. Pray, tell me, pilgrim reverent, dost thou most truly disbelieve the force?
A pilgrim truly said, for I have gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, yet never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief. A single force that binds the universe. True 'tis, no power mystical controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny. And so I preach the one and only faith. My simple merry tricks are all my gods, and nonsense is the only testament. I worship at the shrine of my own will.
A wise philosopher, if e'er there was, I'll warrant he hath character he hides. Now, prithee, try again, and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide.
But surely 'tis a jest, for with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? I truly fight or walk or even stand without one's sight, but little can be done.
Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see. For eyes deceive and sight is known to lie. Let feelings be thy sight, their guidance trust.
Mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly. With calm mind, Luke blocks its lasers bright. With inner eye, the force has let him see.
Hurrah! Thou canst do it.
'Tis luck, no more.
Experience hath taught me much, dear man, and none of it hath shown me aught of luck.
To find success against a small remote is well, and taketh skill, I do confess. To find success against a living soul, however, also taketh excellence.
Console beeps.
It seemeth we draw near to Alderaan.
Exit Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I did feel something, Obi-Wan, 'tis true. It seems I have fixed my soul's eye on the remote.
Seems, young one, nay, thou didst. Think thou not seems. Thou hast thy first step ta'en toward a world far greater than thou now canst understand.
Exit Luke, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
And thus begins, if I have seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
Exit Obi-Wan. Scene 7, inside the Death Star. Enter Darth Vader. Enter Officer Cass, opposite.
My lord, our scout ships have reached Tatooine. Remains of the rebel base the scouts have found. Yet surely hath it be a length of time deserted. Now, shall they begin to search surrounding systems to find the base?
Exit Officer Cass.
Wench hath lied, deceiving cutthroat girl, most cunning princess born of hell's own heart.
I knew full well she would never betray her prized rebellion whilst in her right mind, and thus I said, she ne'er should have our trust.
Destroy her, 'tis a sentence more than just.
Exit. Scene 8, space, aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Now dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift unto the area where should there be great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? The ship hath brought a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may here be found. O errand vile, O portents of great ill, what shall it mean when planets are no more, for those who make their wages by the stars?
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, and yet no Alderaan there is.
Oh, I pray thee, Mary, say, what canst thou mean? How can a planet vanish in the air?
Thou hast said right, my lad. It is not there. The planet's gone, all turned to rock and ash.
Thou speaks not right. Say how. Pray how. Tell how.
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire cruel.
1,000 ships could not destroy the planet. Truly 'twould take greater power than ever there was known to humankind. But soft, another ship approaches quick.
A small ship flies quickly past the Millennium Falcon.
Well, but like they can the tale to us relate.
Imperial fighter 'tis.
Hath it made chase?
Nay, a short-range fighter 'tis. Oh, how the situation here doth give me pause.
No base is there nearby, whence cometh it? The courage in me melts away at this. My boast cannot resolve this mystery.
The ship departeth swiftly. If they have identified our lot, we shall have strife.
'Tis my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewbacca, render its transmissions blocked.
Pray, let it go. 'Tis too far flown.
Not long.
Dost thou agree a fighter of its size this deep in space could not have come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group and now is lost?
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he makes his way to that small moon.
I may play checkmate on him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game, and we are the pawns. That is no moon. 'Tis a space station there.
The Death Star looms in the distance, growing closer.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir, I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match we play.
Pray, turn thee now the ship around.
I shall. Now, Chewie, lock thou quick the auxiliary power.
Why do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath the advantage, using a tractor beam to pull us in into its landing bay.
But pray, some move thou must have left to make.
My moves are finished, lad. I must shut down, else shall the ship entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players, I shall fight.
Thou cannot win, but will by strategy some good alternatives to fighting see.
So enters the Millennium Falcon in unto the Death Star, grand and stark and mean. With fear, the Wookiee and the three brave men look on as their space journey changes scene. Meanwhile, the denizens within the base make haste to catch the ship that cometh near. Commanders come with well-armed guards apace, while stormtroopers do at their posts appear. Exit. All right, you guys, so that concludes part 1 of Verily A New Hope. So acts 4 and 5, we are going to do next Wednesday, starting at the same time. And obviously that is the only way that you can find out what happens in this story. No one has any idea what's going to happen next. We don't know. They go into the Death Star, and right now it's this huge mystery. We don't know if they save Leia. Don't even know how they stop the Death Star. It's just this brand new story. So if you want to find out, you got to come back next week. So please subscribe to the channel. We'll update there with a new live stream for that. You can always go back and watch this one. We'll post the video in just a second. But thank you guys again so much for coming out and leaving all the comments. Thank you for Plush Jabba, obviously the VIP of this entire stream. But seriously, we appreciate you guys coming out, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Stay safe, stay clean, and until then, may the Force be with you. Bye.